IDs uncollected in the whole country, but it's because of the size of the province. 7,867 are reissues, and new ones are 4,694, but all unconnected, as you can see, and as expected. The biggest district is Francis Bar district around Kimberley, with 3,534 uncollected IDs. Next. This is the Western Cape, 42,543 IDs uncollected, with 31,321 reissue IDs, and new ones are 11,222. And again, as expected, is the Cape Metro, which has got the highest number of uncollected IDs. I think is exactly 50% at 22,354 IDs uncollected out of the 42,543. Next. Now, we are deploying a total staff of 3,039 employees from the Department of Home Affairs throughout the whole country to help over the 2 days. Next. Yes, now, which services are we going to offer over the weekend? The services that are going to offer is issuance of temporary identity certificate. A temporary identity certificate is given to a person who had an ID before and either has lost it or is damaged or is no longer have it, but this person is in our systems. That means the person appears on the National Population Register. We've got the fingerprints of that person, we've got the photo, we've got all their details. All we do is to issue a temporary ID. It is very fast to issue it. It has got your ID number. It is accepted as identification by the IEC. You can have it and go and register. Now, we are also going to give a service of collection of the IDs I've just mentioned, both green barcoded and smart IDs. If you go to any of the offices that I'm going to show now, you can collect them if you are one of the people who did not collect. We are also going to do manual verification of identity certificates of TICs. In other words, to verify that the TIC you are carrying is authentic. And lastly, and very importantly, we are going to try and resolve challenges pertaining to duplicates. There are people who come with duplicate IDs. This is from the legacy of the previous ID systems, which was there before before the elections in 1994, when we still have numerous governments in the country. We're still suffering from such legacies. Then we also want we are also going to do amendments. Anybody who want to change something from the ID, either it's a wrong number or a wrong spelling of the surname or a wrong surname, etc. Then we'll also do rectifications and dead alive cases with required supporting documents. Now, all these things, we know that people are going to come and say, here they say I'm dead when I'm actually alive. We have deployed a staff of 200 people at head office, at the back office, who will go to our archives, which are scattered all over Tshwane. We've got lots of archives there with millions and millions of files. They will check through those files in order to make these rectifications. Next, here. Yeah. Now, the offices that will be in operation over the next 2 days. Next, yes. This is Gauteng province. A total of 43 offices will be in operation. 29 of them are modernized. When we say they are modernized, it means they can issue a barcoded ID, they can issue a passport. An unmodernized office is called a legacy office. They can issue the green barcoded ID. They can't issue you with a smart card. They can also issue with a passport. They've got 3 of them in Gauteng. And all these offices I've mentioned are fitted with generators in case something happened to ESCOM. Only one office doesn't have that. Gauteng will also deploy 5 mobile units. That means mobile trucks from Home Affairs to help the offices. In addition, Gauteng is the luckiest province, obviously, as you know, the economy of the country depends on Gauteng. So there are banks that will be open, and they are there on the screen. The Absa Bank in Sandton, the Net Bank in Rivonia, Investec in Sandton, which will also open on Sunday. Investec is not only going to open on Saturday, it will also open on Sunday. They told us that as long as the IEC is operating within the IEC operating hours on both 2 days, Investec in Sandton will be open for people to apply for IDs there. And then there will be NetBank in Lakeview, which will also open on both days, Sunday and Saturday. We thank them very much. Then there will be FNB in the Glen, FNB Merchant in Rivonia, Standard Bank in Killarney Mall, FNB Life in Centurion, Absa Life in Centurion, Standard Bank Life in Centurion, NetBank in Arcadia, and FNB at the Grove in Linwood. All those will be open on Saturday. Only Investec in Sandton and NetBank in Lakeview will be open for both 2 days. Next year. We go to KwaZulu-Natal. 56 offices will be opened. 29 of them are modernized with generators, meaning they can give you a smart card or a passport if you so wish. 27 of them, unfortunately, are legacy. As you know, KwaZulu-Natal has got lots and lots of rural provinces. KwaZulu-Natal have got 2 banks. Unfortunately, they are not ready to be opened on both days, but they are there linked to Home Affairs. They will be able to be of service on other days, except the 2 days of registration. And then KwaZulu-Natal will also employ mobiles. I'm sure the figure is missing there. I'm sure Metitias will correct in KwaZulu-Natal how many mobiles, because she's also in the system. I'm sure she'll collect later after I finish. Next. Western Cape, a total of 28 offices will be opened. 27 of them are modernized with generators. Only 1 office has got no generators. It's a legal office. Just like Gauteng, they've got only 1 which cannot have a generator. And it's not surprising. These are areas that are rich in the country, Western Cape and Gauteng. That's why they've got better prospects. There will be 8 mobiles. There will also be 4 banks, 8 mobiles will be deployed. 4 banks will be open. I'll ask the manager there. No, I've got a list here. Maybe I can read it because it doesn't appear on the screen. The banks that will be open in Western Cape is Standard Bank at the Promenade. It's NetBank in Mitchell's Plain, also in Mitchell's Plain. Excuse me, let me start again. It is Standard Bank at the Promenade in Mitchell's Plain. Excuse me. Standard Bank at the Promenade in Mitchell's Plain. It will be NetBank in town at the Green Market Square. It will be FNB in Greenpoint. It will be Standard Bank, Canal Walk. Let me repeat them again. Standard Bank at the Promenade in Mitchell's Plain. NetBank in town, Green Market Square. FNB, Greenpoint. Standard Bank, Canal Walk. These will be the banks, the 4 banks that will be open in the Western Cape. Unfortunately, they'll all be open only on Saturday. Next. We now go to Eastern Cape. 54 offices will be opened. 32 are modernized with generators. 22 are legacy, unfortunately, with no generators. And there will be about 14 mobiles. Thank you. Move. Limpopo, 22 offices which are modernized with generators. Unfortunately, 40 are still legacy offices with no generators. So a total of 42 offices will be open. There will be 1 bank which will be open on Saturday in Beckersford. It is the only bank in the whole of Limpopo. Unfortunately, they will also deploy 12 mobiles. Next. Mpumalanga. 31 offices will be open, 20 modernized with generators, 11 are legacy with no generators, unfortunately. There will be 1 bank open, I think they'll give us the place where it will be, and there will be 10 mobiles. Next. Northwest 18 offices will be open. 17 are modernized with generators. 1 is legacy. It has got no generator, but they'll deploy 6 mobiles. Next. The Free State Province, 21 offices will be opened. 13 of them are modernized with generators. 8 are legacy. Unfortunately, they don't have generators. They'll also deploy 7 mobiles. Next. Northern Cape, 16 offices will be open. 15 of them will be modernized with generators. Only 1, which is a legacy office, will have no generator, and there will be 9 mobiles all in all deployed in the Northern Cape. Next, mobile truck. See how you've gone back. All the mobile trucks that are going to deploy have got inbuilt generators. That means the trucks, all of them, can be connected to an electric source wherever there's electricity. But if there's a need, if there is trouble, they've got their own inbuilt generators in the engines. And most of them will be parked next to the offices, which I've said they've got no generators in case something happens to Eskom electricity. This is just a backup measure so that we don't experience a problem. So the mobile units will mostly help the legacy offices. But wherever we find a lot of people at any one time, if there's a mobile unit nearby, it will drive there to try and help them. Next. Yeah, I think that will be the end of the presentation. Thank you very much. If I'm not mistaken, we have got 2 managers here who must present something. The Mpumalanga, where the bank will be. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Minister. Tasha from KZN says that she'll be deploying 13 trucks over the weekend.
Yes, yeah. There were 2 managers who were supposed to clarify something. Is Tasha in KwaZulu-Natal? She'll mobilize 13 trucks, right? She will deploy 13 trucks, and the head of Mpumalanga must tell us where the 1 bank will be. If I was correct when I said there will be 1 bank in Mpumalanga. Can you confirm that, ma'am, and tell us where the bank will be? Okay, see how we can pass that. I'm sure she'll come later. Let's move. Let's not waste time.
All right, Minister. At this point in time, I would like to just check with the Deputy Minister if he doesn't want to give us a word or 2 following his activities in KZN.
No, thank you. I think the one thing that we can add is that we are already on the ground to assess the state of readiness, and we can confirm from where we are that all areas that need to be covered will be covered for tomorrow. We have also noted the high demand that we have in some of our offices, particularly here in eThekwini, in Umgeni. But I think our staff capacity will be able to deal with those issues. Other than then, I do believe that the presentation is made by the Minister covered all the aspects that we wanted to communicate. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, DM. At the moment, I don't see questions in the panel with questions. So I think at the moment we do not have questions. But journalists are more than welcome to send us or WhatsApp us their messages, and we will certainly respond to them. The provincial manager in Mpumalanga says that the office that will be open is the one at the Net Bank at the crossing in Nelspruit.
The bank that will be open, not office, not Home Affairs office.
Oh, sorry. Yes, that would be the Nedbank office, Minister.
Okay.
I think I do.
There is a question from Jacaranda FM here on the chat. Can I read it through to you?
Yes, DM. Thanks.
Question is, how confident are you as the department that there won't be any downtime of the IT services during weekend and on election day, since plans for SETA to improve the infrastructure are in the pipeline? Cliff Shigo from Jacaranda FM.
Yeah, Cliff is right. This is one of our Achilles heels, as I've said in Parliament, about the system downtime, which is usually the weakest link in all the Home Affairs service delivery project. It's something that is giving us sleepless nights, but over the past few days, the CIO, the Chief Information Officer in Home Affairs, the DDG, Mr. Mabasa, has been sitting with a SETA to try and talk to them and make sure that nothing happens. But in addition, we have deployed 49 information technology technicians around the whole country to try and deal with the matter. But we cannot guarantee that there won't be downtime, because we don't control that. Is controlled by SETA. We're just hoping for the best, and that's why we have tried to deploy even mobile trucks. We've tried to make sure that we have got generators, but all those will not help if the systems are down in Centurion, in SETA. So if Mr. Mabasa wants to say something about it, I'll give him permission, but it's one of the weakest, I have to concede. It's one of the weakest links in the plan that we are presenting. Thank you. Mr. Mabasa, do you want to say something?
Perhaps, Titi, is there something that you want to add? I'm trying to look for Mr. Mabasa.
No, thanks. I think the minister has covered it well. We continue to engage with SETA, and to this end, the entire IT team from Home Affairs will be on duty this weekend, including those that we've said need to work from SETA, so that they alert us timelessly to some of those challenges. Thank you, Sia.
Thank you, DG. I don't see further questions, and I also don't have questions on the WhatsApp. I think
there's one from Rainbow.
Yeah, it's just coming in now. They are asking, must one register if the address did not change? That sounds more like an IEC question, but
it's an IEC question. It's not ours. But from what I know, the person must go and check if they are still registered. If they didn't change the address, there's no need to re-register. But as I'm saying, I'm answering on behalf of the IEC. I think I might be correct, but I don't want to mislead him. They must conduct the IEC for that. The question there on the screen.
Yes, there is another question. It is from Jacaranda again. How many eligible voters do not have IDs? It's also from Cliff Shiko.
Yeah, I mean, nobody will have an answer to that question, because to become an eligible voter, we'll only know if you are appearing on the voters roll, not necessarily, yes. If you appear on the voters roll, then we know you are a voter. In Home Affairs, only people who come and apply for IDs will be known. If you are over the age of 18, or let me say 16, which is the age at which you get an ID, and we don't come, we won't know. And if you are over the age of 18, meaning you are eligible to vote, and you don't come and apply for an ID, nobody will know that you exist. And we do have such people, by the way, in the country who are old and they don't have IDs yet. We only know about them when they come to Home Affairs. Thank you.
Thank you, Minister. Then we've got another question from Tami from OFM. He says that he just wants to get clarity as to whether will people be allowed to collect IDs. It's Tammy from OFM News.
I thought I've said so. That's why I even gave all the numbers of IDs that are uncollected. In any one of the offices I've mentioned, province by province, you can go to collect your IDs. Some of them will even be found in the mobile trucks that we are going to deploy. All the mobile trucks, some of them will be having uncollected IDs, but all the offices that I've mentioned, province by province, you can go there to collect your ID. That's why I give the numbers, even for political parties to see where most of the IDs are uncollected. And as you can see, it's in the biggest metro or the biggest district in each province, except in Gauteng, where it's in Tshwane, whereas their biggest metro is Johannesburg Metro.
Thank you very much, Minister.
There was another question on the screen.
No, it's a comment that they don't have any further questions. That's from Jacaranda, colleagues at Jacaranda FM.
Oh, dissatisfied. Thank you.
Yes, yes, Minister. And I also do not have questions on the WhatsApp line. So with that, Minister, I think that everyone is satisfied, and we are coming to an end of this briefing. I'm just going to invite you to give us a summary of what it is that you would want South Africans to take from this briefing. For me, just to announce that the Minister will be deployed in Gauteng over the next 2 days, Tshwane, Kuruleni, and Citibank. The Deputy Minister is already in KZN doing oversight visit. The DG is going to be going to the Eastern Cape. Other senior managers will be going to all other provinces. Thank you very much, Minister.
Thank you, Sia. Look, the only message I want to give is that people who don't have an ID as we are speaking now, but who are itching to register, we will help them over the next 2 days. They can, even if we won't give them the ID at the same time, because you apply for it, it takes some few days to come, but you'll definitely get a TIC, a temporary identification certificate, in order to register. So there won't be any reason for anybody who still wants to have an identification to register over the next 2 days. There won't be any reason in the country why something like that won't happen. Certainly, the reason will not be Home Affairs. It will be something else. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Minister. That brings us. TM, is there anything that you'd like to add?
No, I'm fully covered. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you very much, Minister TM and the DG. That brings us to the end of the session. I've just checked again. There aren't any questions. Thank you very much for your indulgence. This brings us to the end of the meeting. Thank you.
Thank you. Pleasure.
Thank you.